my Math 3 scholars. Today we're going to learn about periodic data. Okay, we're going to learn about periodic data, and those have to do with periodic functions. So let's get a few definitions just to get us started here. The first definition we're going to get is for a periodic function. And that's a function where your y values repeat at regular intervals. So what we mean by, this is key right here, repeat at regular intervals. So what that means is we might have something that looks like this down here. If you look at this graph here, then you can see I have a y value of 2 at this point, and then that repeats itself over here again at 2 on this side. This y value is 4, and it repeats itself over here again at 4. So it's like a repeated pattern. There's some kind of a pattern that goes on there. The next definition is for a cycle. A cycle is one complete pattern. It can begin at any point on the graph of the function, but as long as it repeats its pattern, then that's what we consider a cycle. The third definition is for the period of a function. The period of a function is the horizontal length of one cycle. And we're going to talk about that down here. So when we look at these examples, but a period is how long it is on the x-axis, the horizontal length, that's the x-axis. So if you need to write that in here, that's the x-axis. So how long is it until this cycle starts to repeat itself? So that's what you're looking for. And then the last definition is for periodic behavior, which is the behavior that repeats and has a constant length. So when we talk about that behavior repeating, then we call that its periodic behavior. So let's see how we would use this example or these examples to work some problems. Name one cycle of the function and find its period. So what we want to do is look at where this thing is a cycle. Now notice, if we start here, we go up and then we start going down and then we go back up to this point, and that's where we've started. So that is one cycle. So our cycle length here, you can see these is 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. So we've got one cycle. So our cycle is from 0 to 8. That's our cycle. And our period, the period is the length of a cycle. So the horizontal length. So we went from 0 up to 8. So that means our period is going to be equal to 8. So however long this is that this cycle lasts on your x-axis, that's your period. Okay, for number 2, if we name the cycle and find its period, then if we start here, I usually always try to start at the origin. You don't have to do that, but that's usually where I try to start. So if I go to my origin, it goes up, and then it goes down, and then it goes back up, and I'm back at the origin again to start this same process again. So this is my cycle right here. That's the cycle of this graph. Now if we look, that means that cycle is from 0, 0 up to 1, 2, 3, 4. So 0 to 4 is the cycle. And our period here, how long is that cycle? Well, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 units. So our period is 4. Pause the video and try number 3, and then come back and we'll see how you did. Okay, so for number 3, if I start at the origin, I'm going down, and then I go back up to where I started from. So this right here is one cycle of that graph. Now you'll notice that's from 0, 1, 2, 3. So the cycle is from 0 to 3. And the period is 1, 2, 3 units long. So the period is equal to 3. Okay, guys, if you have any questions, let me know.